it would help if I turned that camera on too. Probably get some more viewers. What is going on here? Sorry guys. Sorry guys. A little hectic this morning. I'm running a little late because I was checking that that green that green light on the price tracker, and Hunter says yeah, and the notifications don't work. Notifications on what? On the new channel? Sorry guys, this is a mess. This is a mess. Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin's up over 71,000 and the whole world falls apart. I checked my Bitcoin wallet this morning and there's random fucking deposits in it. I don't know where they're coming from. I'm trying to figure this out. And then I look up and it's time to do the show. So sorry guys. Sorry. I don't I'm trying to get everything in line. I don't know. So I took all my I took my monitors. I took my monitors. Did you turn notifications on, guys? Um, that's something you have to do when you subscribe to a new channel. You got to hit the bell. It could be that it's the first live stream over there. It could be that it's just a pile of shit because there isn't any content there. I don't know. I don't know. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I started up the new YouTube channel for the morning show. It's going there and to the normal channel, the old channel, the Lots Project channel, plus the new Lots Project morning show channel and Noster. So we have Noster and two YouTube channels right now. Hunter is upset that it's not on Twitch. I'm sorry, Hunter. You're the only one that's upset because you're the only one that ever logs on there other than spam. So if you can hold it for a little bit, if you can hold out for a little bit, I will get this rolling. We'll give it, I was thinking 2 weeks. I'm thinking we'll do 2 weeks of 2 weeks of new of the show on both. Rachel, good morning, Rachel. Rewilder Life. I will. I'll drop that link in the comments here. There you go. That's the link in the comments to the new channel. So I think I'm gonna go for like 2 weeks, and then cut off the old channel. The old channel will be going to only Amazon review videos, more in-depth review videos, and any product demonstrations, things like that, the longer form videos. So I'm hoping to do 4 or 5 of those. Hunter's wondering if it's just you and John. Not everybody's rolled in yet. We got Rachel and good morning, Seattle. I can't tell which YouTube channel each person's on in the backside of StreamYard. It only has YouTube, so it's one or the other. you're all coming in on the same feed for me if it's from YouTube. Yeah, the main channel is going to be going to just those short Amazon product videos, and then also Wilder Life's wondering where is everyone. I'm wondering where everyone is too. It's a light day on the whole front. So who knows? Probably because I'm switching everything up, Rachel. I'm guessing YouTube is having an aneurysm right now because stuff's going on. And yeah, Wednesday is normally the light day, but it's Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe so many people maybe so many people are excited that Bitcoin's up over Lost trying to find the new channel that doesn't do notifications. Perfect. Good morning, Mike's Homestead. Thanks for popping in. So the main channel is going to go to products. New channel is going to be this one that I'm streaming to right now is going to be completely the live stream, and then the morning show, and then any other live streaming I do, whether that be evening interviews, one-off things like that. That'll be all that'll be all on the live streaming channel, which is the Lost Project Morning Show, and then we'll fire up one for Delinquent Scully, and that'll be a combination of the stuff that I'm doing in conjunction with Tim and by myself out there. So that's going to be more like the off-grid projects, that kind of stuff, the mushroom videos, things like that. Canadian Farmstead says people aren't going to show up because they're mad about all your political talk yesterday. Because I did endorse a candidate, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I didn't endorse a candidate. I don't think. Fucking God. Anyway, what's going on with Bitcoin, guys? What's going on with Bitcoin? Is it the ducks? Was it the ducks? Hunter says hello from the wife. Good morning, Courtney. I hope you're doing well. Hold on a second. Good morning, Courtney. I hope you're doing well. Did anybody notice anything happening? Why Bitcoin's bouncing? Why it's popping over 71, or is it just time? Is it time for that to happen? Pip in good morning humans to Pip. Pip, are you in on the old channel or the new channel? Did you get a notification on the new channel? Sorry for everyone listening on the audio feed. Yeah, we're just trying to do a little troubleshooting here and figure out what's going on. Hunter says now my day is perfect. Now Hunter's day is going to be perfect too because his wife's happy. Yep. Are you at home, Hunter? Jeremiah said he got a notification from the new one. Okay, so Hunter and John Palmer are just the YouTube doesn't like you because Pip says the morning show channel is the first video on the YouTube home screen. Nice. Okay, so you guys that didn't get notifications, you probably didn't turn them on or something, or YouTube just doesn't like you because if Pip gets notifications, everybody gets notifications. Pip, how did your day drinking go yesterday? Jeremiah with a tip for all the folks complaining about notifications. He says you need to hit the little bell. Canadian Farmstead with the Bitcoin news coming in. Thanks, because I didn't see it. It says there's rumors Microsoft might use cash reserves to buy Bitcoin. Interesting. That I suppose that could do it. Pip says day drinking was tasty. Anyway, guys, I was waiting for a few more people to roll in, but it looks like it's going to be a light Tuesday, probably because all of this shuffling and screwing things up. I've had this Blockstream Jade. I reached out to my buddy Drew over at Blockstream. If you guys need a Blockstream Jade, there's a video or a link in the video descriptions for my affiliate link and a code for discount. If you want to go get one, They're super affordable, great security. With Bitcoin jumping up, you're going to want one. A hardware wallet, whether it's the Jade or the Trezor, you make your pick, you make your educated choice. I suggest the Jade. I use the Jade, and I have one to give away. Drew sent one out to donate to the giveaway opportunity drawings at SRF. We gave one away there. We helped raise some money for North Carolina and Tennessee relief from Hurricane Helene, which was fantastic. I appreciate Blockstream for dropping that in. But bonus, Drew sent me out extra. He said, well, I wasn't able to get you one for the halving because they were out of stock. Actually, it wasn't that they were out of stock for giveaways or promotional items. They were out of stock. They didn't have any to sell, giveaway, or nothing before the halving. So I wasn't able to do a halving giveaway. He said, I'm going to make it up to you. Here you go. Giveaway 2. Damn. It's hot this morning. Whew. And so we sent out a couple. I've been holding on to the one, trying to figure out how I want to give it away, and I think you should figure out. Good morning, Seattle says Rutro. What's going on? It's really hot. Are you talking about the coffee? The coffee is really hot this morning. I don't know why. What's up? What's up? My Pass the Fire over on Noster. Thanks for popping in. So the Blockstream Jade, love it, love it. Easy to use, easy to set up, secure. Company is fantastic. My rep over there, Drew, is phenomenal to work with. I've been working with those guys for a couple years now. Hey, thanks for that, Zap. My Path to Fire. So I've been trying to figure out how to give this Jade away. And I'm going to do it. I think it just makes sense with the new morning show channel on YouTube, going by itself, segregating itself, protecting some assets, and doing some other things is the reason we're going there. So I'm going to give away the Jade, but I'm going to hold off, and you guys are going to have to get me 100 subscribers. John says he hit the bell, no notifications for the new channel. I'm sorry. So when we get 100 subscribers to the new channel, which really shouldn't be all that hard. I say that now, it's going to take forever. I know it. It's going to. It shouldn't with the downloads and stuff. My Path to Fire. I'm trying to hold on one second. Hey Pip, you able to copy and paste the new channel link over into the Noster feed? I don't have a way to, unless I pull it up here. Unless I pull it up somehow. Can somebody go, good morning, Seattle, you already subscribed, from what I remember. Could somebody drop the link to the new channel? There it is. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Pip, you're the man. Good morning, Seattle. I'm pretty sure you already subscribed to the new YouTube channel. But when we man, everything got messed up when I moved my monitors, and I can't see. Now I know why the monitors were exactly where they were. Jesus. Now I gotta get everything back again. What a shit show. What a fucking shit show this morning's gonna be. I have several interviews lined up. There it is. Okay. Thanks, man. My Path to Fire. Thanks. When we pop up to 100 members, I'll put 100 subscribers. I'll put a video up, pin it up, and I'll talk about it on the show for a little while, and then we'll do a drawing for the Jade. I've gone back and forth. I've tried to figure out the easiest way to do it, the easiest way to make sure it's active listeners, active viewers to the content, things like that, and a new channel and a low number of subscribers, I think helps that. So, I mean, if you want to create 16 accounts and do that, you're welcome. You're just gonna take more drops in the bucket for other people, or you can use your accounts to subscribe, and when we hit 100, only enter the drawing once when I make the drawing video. So anyway, hopefully that pops up soon, and we get to give away the Jade. Hey Pip, thanks for the zap over there. You're helping me, and helping me. I appreciate that. It's nice. So Jade drawing coming up soon. Ish. Well, soon enough when we figure out how to get 100 subscribers on this new channel. So I wanted to mention that at the beginning here. Yesterday I was going to be talking about the solar Starlink power clearance signal thing, got off sidetracked, weird. Got sidetracked on the morning show from uh got sidetracked talking about how sideways the day went and everything. So um Starlink was an experiment. The power source, the solar panel, the battery, the setup, everything that we were doing on the Starlink was an experiment for placing one out at the property full time. When we're not there, when we are there, it's just going to live there. We're going to be able to put some cameras up and monitor things, do some different stuff. And then on the back end of that, I won't have to transport mine back and forth. It'll be automatically set up when we show up. It just saves a lot. When we got the water situation started to figure out, that's another thing I should talk about, is the Berkey situation. Hold on a second, let me note that, or I will definitely forget. So the water situation was, I realized that I was carrying water. The majority of the weight I was carrying back and forth to the cabin was water. So we found a water source. We're working on filtration. We're getting to a point where we're not going to have to drag the water back and forth up and down the hill at the property. The next biggest pain in the ass was the Starlink. The Starlink is easy. It's easy to take back and forth. The fucking cable for the Starlink, I'll tell you what, the 175-foot cable I have for the Starlink is absolutely the worst cable I have ever dealt with. I've dealt with a lot of extension cords, a lot of Cat 5, a lot of Cat 6, working as a gas station gig, all of that stuff, industrial maintenance. We were always running extension cords, all sorts of comms cable, everything. I've worked with 300-foot, 500-foot rolls, whatever. This Starlink cable, I swear to God, is my nemesis. I think I could lay this cable out. I could roll this whole cable out 170 foot long, make sure it untwists, everything is fine. It's not bound up, it's not rolled up, it's not tangled with itself, it's in a completely straight line. I could walk away for probably 5 minutes, come back, and it's in a fucking knot. Like, seriously, in a knot, somehow tangled inside other cables or around a tree, or I don't know. It's just somewhere. It's hooked on something. It is the absolute worst cable I've ever experienced in my life. It twists on itself. It winds up. I don't know if it's the coating on the outside of the cable. I don't know if it's the Cat 6 inside the coating. I don't know if it's the ends. I don't know what it is, but it's at home. It's at the property. It's everywhere. It's just a nightmare. So if I can keep from taking that cable back and forth, my life, my stress level just goes down significantly on the days we travel out there and back. My blood pressure is literally up just thinking about the fucking cable. You say, why don't you just order another cable? Because they're fucking expensive. They're expensive. And I have a solution. I just need to make it all happen. So I've been trying to ride it out. I've been dealing with it. Corey kind of laughs at me, not with me, because I'm not laughing. She laughs at me. She has conceded that the cable is also the worst cable in the world. She's experienced a little bit of the cable, and yeah. So one thing we want to do is semi-permanently install new cable. I have adapters to use plain Cat 6. I have the Cat 6 to run to wherever we want to install the dish permanently. The only problem is we need to determine where we're going to install the dish permanently, which would be due to clearing. which didn't happen. I thought it was going to be. I have a better idea of some trees I have to take out. I'm thinking that a couple more small trees come down, and the edges. Good morning, Blakesley Acres. How's it going? Mike got you streaming on his phone. Good morning. You're on Joe's phone. Is Blakesley Acres is that Joe talking about, is that Mike on Joe's? Did Joe let Mike use his phone? Joe, if you're able to confidently let someone use your phone as an employee, you got some good employees. I don't think my boss would ever have given me the passcode to his phone for good reason. For sure. John Palmer says you can't control things that happen. You can control your reaction to what happens. I know. I'm working on myself. I'm working to make myself a better person and not lose my ever living shit when I deal with that Starlink cable. Corey knows I work hard. I try my hardest, and it's probably 1 out of every 3 to 4 times I'll make it through, even with the issues, without absolutely losing my mind. Getting better. I'm getting better. Jump on and to the fact that you say you can't control things, I can control not taking that fucking cable back and forth. I can cut that shit out of my life. I can cut that toxic moment out of my life for sure. So I got to trim some trees out. Once we get the signal area clear where we're going to mount this thing permanently, I'll be able to put a cable in. I'll be able to either order a specific Starlink cable for how John Palmer is talking to himself. You talk to yourself out loud too? So do I. We'll be able to put out a cable for that length. And I think it was either John Palmer or Mike's Homestead had suggested, or maybe Blueberry over in the Telegram group had suggested just stepping it in with a garden shovel, like a flat shovel, just opening a small trench and putting the cable just into the sod. When the whole my landlord cutting the cable in half with the lawnmower thing happened. And I think I'll just do that, run it right to where it's going to be and just put it there. Unplug it, bring the dish back and forth until we get a second dish. The power situation is so currently for power at the cabin, we're using a very small battery bank. I think it's like 1,500 or 1,600 watt hours. It's not a lot. To run the Starlink consistently, we need to keep charging it. The solar panel that we installed there is not in a good spot. It was just thrown there randomly when there was no leaves, and we were just getting it going for a little juice. It's not a permanent installation by any means. We have intentions of adding more panels and relocating them to a better spot. So I don't even think if plugging that in and letting it roll would work in the position it is, especially with that battery size. And so I had some equipment that a company sent me to test out. I needed to test it out. I needed to come up with a system to kind of hook it up to use it and evaluate it, because that's my MO. When I get product videos, I don't want to get products and just do videos and not open them up, not turn them on, not look at them, not feel them. I know I can't dive in and do in-depth analysis and testing on all these little little Amazon products that companies send me. It's just that the juice isn't worth the squeeze there. But something like a charge controller, batteries, bigger items, more expensive items, I like to take the opportunity to actually use them. So I had to come up with something to use it. They didn't send a panel with it. Fortunately, I've had companies send portable panels, just random 100 watt, 200 watt panels. Tim had left a portable panel there. And so I thought I'd try an experiment where I just hooked up the battery, hooked up the battery and charge controller, hooked it up with one of the portable solar panels I had. I thought I used 200 watt. Turns out I used 100 watt, and then use a inverter from a truck that Tim left when he went back to Canada after SRF. He left a truck inverter there, you know, the kind you just hook to the battery and you plug shit in the cab. And just hook that to the battery since it's a 12-volt battery, and just run it like that. Plug the Starlink in, run it off the battery. Solar panel charges the battery through the charge controller, discharges to the Starlink through the inverter. Pretty simple setup. I did a video about it and it was working great. My calculations were, I found them when I ran the numbers, and I was like, oh, this should be okay. Not even borderline. I was like, man, if we really get a couple of cloudy days in a row, it might shut down, but as soon as the sun comes out, it'll charge back up. Yeah, I found my calculations, and that was for a 200 watt panel. I was almost certain that I had a 200 watt portable panel. Yeah, it turns out when the battery died, when the battery got to the low voltage and shut the inverter off and shut the charge controller off and it started beeping like crazy, I went in and I'm like, wait, what is going on? It was sunny today. The panel was in the sun all the way till dusk, where it should have been charged up. It's only been a few hours. What's going on? Scrambled to get power going and stuff like that on the Starlink. Two things happened. One was it was a 100 watt solar panel instead of 200 watt solar panel. Cuts my input in half. Really limits the charging capabilities when you cut it in half. So that was one issue. The other issue was that evening, after the sun had gone down, or down enough, we were moving the Starlink to try a different position because we had to wait for the map to populate. We wanted to move it around and see if it was any better signal. And that takes a lot of extra power to when it calibrates, when it searches for satellites, when it gets its initial setup. It takes a lot more power than the 40 watts averages when it's just running. So I think a double dip, the lack of solar panel by half of what I had calculated, and then messing around with moving it and acquiring a new signal just screwed me. And right before bedtime, the inverter's just beeping away, and I had to go figure it out because my beautiful bride likes to have internet overnight in case she wakes up in the middle of the night. If there's a storm coming, there's an emergency, we need to get a hold of somebody, and I get it for sure. So I got that all back up and going. So that's where that system's sitting. I intend to move the 330 watt panel we have sitting down in the woods that isn't really doing anything up into a spot where it's going to get more sun, and let that run that battery, and it should be enough. If any companies out there listening and you want to send me a new lithium battery, it's a little bigger than 100 amp hours, I would test it out for you with my system. I'd be happy to. Otherwise, we'll make it work with this battery. But once we have power there consistently, at least for that system, we'll probably end up getting a second Starlink out there, and just running off its own power source, and hopefully have clear enough signal. That way, we just pack up our stuff, go out there, and in the internet is one less thing we have to worry about. So that's the end goal. Also to have the internet out there 24/7, so Tim from Alberta can remote in, check out the cabin, check out what's going on, watch me pee on trees and things like that. So it's exciting. It's a step forward. It was a lot of failure for my big test weekend. Like, I was excited for the weekend. I was hoping that the power would hold out. I was hoping the signal was good, and it was a double failure. The power was not sufficient, and the clearing was not sufficient. So I felt very inadequate. But I do have a plan to get better. We'll do that. We'll work on that. I think it's going to be a couple weekends before we get out there anyway, so I got some time to make that clearing bigger and get that solar panel moved. So that's the plan with that. Berkey is Berkey's a mystery to me, really, at this point. I think I use some bad filters. So what I had going on with the Berkey is I had some extra filters here. We needed a filter at the cabin. I didn't want to take the Berkey filter back. Pip says, if at first you don't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed. That's an interesting. Who said that? What was her name? We needed a way to filter water out of the cabin. Not in the business of drinking creek water unfiltered. There's creepy crawlies and stuff and poop and all sorts of things that can be in the water. I had some extra Berkey filters in a tote here, extra supplies. I didn't want to take our stainless steel Berkey Royal or whatever it is. Big. It's a pain in the ass to Pip says Animaniacs cartoon show. I knew that was some grooming show. I knew that's where all the Jeremiah said, but that's where all the flavors are at. Take the Ride says onward and upward, better, faster, stronger. John Palmer says Elton John. Elton John said that. Mike's Homestead with the best answer so far. Camel Toa said that for sure. But she was very successful at sucking. So I've heard. At least what was it? Willie Brown liked it. Successful enough. Rewilder Life says I could use it. I could sell it as an upcharge. Drink the water without the Berkey and get a free colon cleanse. Anyway, I had the filters. The filters are the expensive part of the Berkey, especially if you don't buy the stainless steel. So you probably seen the videos. You might have saw my video putting it together, but you can basically take Berkey filters and take 2 food grade buckets and make your own filter housing to run the water through and hold the water. Excuse me. Basically, you drill holes in the bottom of the bucket and in the lid of the next bucket, and you put the filters through, screw the nuts on, and it works just like a Berkey. So we put it together. I ordered a cheap kit off of Amazon. It was like $20, I think, for new nuts and washers for the filter, and a spigot for the bottom bucket, and a piece of Scotch-Brite, I think, in there for cleaning the filters. Well, I think my filter one of them or both of them might be cracked, might be old. So that's the thing. I don't necessarily know why these were in a tote. I don't know if they were the emergency backup ones. I'm pretty sure they I'm pretty so what I recall happening, and this was a while ago, I recall the the plastic nut that that tightened down the filter stripped out. And so I ordered new filters just for the nuts, intending to have a set as a backup. I think when the new ones came in, I just put those in and I put the old ones away because I was missing the nuts from the filters. And yeah, I didn't look to see if I could get new nuts, and I wanted to have the filters available, the extra ones, but I think they might have been bad. I think the filters on top of the nuts not tightening down, I think the filters might have been bad because I installed them in the new Berkey. We did the red food coloring test. It failed miserably. I tightened it down. I adjusted it. I purged the filters and still got the same results. It's leaking through somewhere. Filters are probably cracked. Filters are probably bad. One of the filters. It is taking out a significant amount of the food coloring, it appears. But it's getting through somewhere. We lifted it up. It's coming through the spouts. It's not leaking past it's sealing fine. It's not leaking past the washer. So we have to figure out another way to filter our water. Now, I haven't dug in very much. I know there's alternatives. I know there's Berkey got shut down because they put silver in their shit and they're considering it a pesticide, blah, 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 and the whole deal. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It just matters that I can't fucking get any. And now I have to find filters that I can filter creek water and feel confident drinking it. Rewilder Life says Pro One filters fit. Do they take the biologicals out? Because the quick tertiary, the quick research I did, the only filter on Berkey's line that handled biologicals were the blacks. John Palmer says Sayer. Is that a brand of filters? I don't want to get a Life Straw, shit like that. Like I'm filtering a lot of water. You got to remember, I still have two Saint Bernards that drink. We drink a significant, Corey and I drink a significant amount of water. The dogs drink a ton of water. So this would be like a normal household size filter, but it can't be like under sink. It can't be. I don't want it powered. I just want a gravity filtration system. So we'll see. I do hear that there's a black market for Berkey blacks that you have to know. You got to know who you got to know to get a hold of some. So I might have to go down that road. I can't imagine that the price would be inflated at all at that point, but that's the Berkey update. I have a Berkey filter that I can't use because I don't feel like getting like a bunch of bugs. So Jeremiah says beer doesn't have any creepy crawlies in it. And if you you guys want to hear a joke for a joke of the day, joke of the day. Hey, do you know what Coors Light and Sex in a Canoe have in common? Take the Ride was wondering if they're ceramic. No, they're not. They're not the ceramic ones. Hunter asks, can you tell which one is failing? No, I can't. Not yet. Says slower, but only run one filter. Yeah, if I didn't have two holes in the bottom of the bucket. I guess I could seal it and see if I can get one to work. Do you know what Coors Light and Sex in a Canoe have in common? They're both fucking close to water. There you go. There's your joke to tell your boss today. Other Life says, I watched a homesteader that only drinks hard cider for that reason. He said the tree filters. Wait, he doesn't drink any water? Hunter says $5 a bucket is cheaper than new filters. Wait, I would have to buy a new bucket, and I would have to buy. Well, I guess I wouldn't have to buy a new lid. I could take the bucket with the two, or the lid with the two holes, and put that on the top, and just put tape over the hole. That would look kind of ghetto, though. Not as ghetto as 2 5-gallon buckets stacked on top of each other on my counter. Jeremiah liked my joke. Thanks. So that's the Berkey update and the Starlink. The dude doesn't drink any water. He just drinks hard cider. Is he pickled? I don't know. John Palmer says autocorrect sucks. What autocorrected? Sayer? What was it supposed to be? Could you unautocorrect it? 71,484. All right. So I hit the Jade giveaway. Coming up with 100 members or 100 subscribers to the new Sawyer. Okay, I'll check that out. Does that one take out the creepy crawlies and the bugs that'll make my guts not good? Because that's one thing you don't really want at an off-grid property with a composting outhouse, a significant walk down a hill. You don't want to be in a hurry, if you want to put it that way. heading down the hill. No long strides at all. Jade giveaway when we get to 100 subscribers. Berkey filter update. Starlink power experiment update. Bree Wilder's going to post that link in the Telegram chat. If you guys want to enter, or if you guys want to hang out in the Telegram group, if you use Telegram and you're not in the Lots Project chat, you can go to t.me/Lots chat. That's t.me/Lots chat. We got a group of great folks over there. We bust balls. We have fun. We talk about all sorts of stuff. It's a mishmash of everybody's nonsense, basically. We do some community building. We talk about helping each other. We do help each other as much as we can. Hunter was wondering, here's an interesting question. In a composting toilet, does explosive diarrhea go in the liquid or the solids? What'd you say? Corey says solids. Corey pipes in with solids on the liquid or solid question. I would say wherever you can get it, wherever you can make it happen. Oh, that's another thing that's coming up is the build out of the bathhouse for the main cabin there, for Tim's cabin. We have the structure up. We will be installing a small shower, a composting toilet, and a small, a small, a small. I think Becky bought a small off-grid washing machine. I think that's what's going in that building. I don't know if there's anything else. Mike's Homestead says more likely the sidewalls. Rewild Life says we're working on composting cat boxes. Goals for almost no garbage. Speaking of toilets, like the litter box, the clean out. Do you have indoor cats? That's something Corey and I were discussing. Can you train a barn cat not to piss and shit all over your stuff? We never really owned an outdoor cat. We've had outdoor cats show up at our place when we had our farm, and we liked having them around. They kept the rodents down for sure. Corey obviously likes any animal that'll pay her attention, even the ones that don't. She'll talk to them. But can you get an outdoor cat to use a makeshift box or spot that it doesn't piss and shit all over your stuff? Because the ones that occupied my barn, I think intentionally sought out anything that I actually wanted to keep. There was tons and tons of cardboard and all sorts of stuff in my barn that cat could have used as a toilet, and probably did, but basically it decided to piss and shit all over our stuff. Real Life says yes, the cats use horse stall pellets instead of litter. Barn cats pee everywhere. We have 2 old indoor cats. I don't know about an outdoor litter box. Huh. Because I mean, I would love the cats. I just don't like the cats pissing and shitting in all my stuff. And if they're going to keep the rodents out of your stuff, they kind of have to have the access to, well, at least the general area of your stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how that goes. I don't know. As far as composting the litter, you said they're using horse stall pellets. I have a feeling that that's just going to be a big old composting long cycle, and then using it for non-edibles. I mean, poop is poop. Poop is poop. And you can break it down. You can break it down, you can let it sit, you can do a lot of things. Just got to figure it out, I guess. I've been seeing a lot of the Real Life says it's just pressed wood. We'll put it in the trees since I'm growing a ton of those. Right. Yeah. The dog shit composters, septics, the dog shit septics seem to have gotten popular. I saw those. They were just starting to pop around when we were moving to the farm. So that would have been a dozen years ago, or 10 years ago or more. I noticed them for sale. They were god awful expensive, and I was like, man, I could probably figure that shit out. Real life says I need that. You need a big one. If you have a lot of dog poop, you need a big composter, and you got to bury it. It's chemicals. It's a septic. Like basically, you set up your own septic system. You could do it DIY, I'm sure, and just use like a Ridex or other septic goodies to make it work. The ones that they install for neighborhoods and stuff, they just use chemicals to break down the poo. I don't know if they're what kind of toxicity they have. But yeah, dog shit is definitely something you got to figure out. If you take it to the dump. Wilder Life says though on Nest, what's Nest? They don't poop as much. Oh, on meat. Yeah, okay. I was confused. I was like, what is this Nest thing that you're talking about with your dog? Raw food diets for dogs. Their waste goes way down. That was a conversation I had with a lot of my raw food customers, both cats and dogs. And it's the same as humans. When humans transition to a keto or a carnivore diet and take all the fillers and crap out of their diet, which basically dog food is, the store bought dog food is just a bunch of filler and a little bit of nourishment. The filler just comes out the other end. When you're eating meat, you're eating all sorts of things that will be absorbed by the body and get expelled in other waste streams. You're not shitting it out. So yes, the volume of poo goes down significantly depending on the diet of the dog. So I would assume that it does the same as the cat. Has anybody ever fed their cat completely raw diet, whole prey diet, or anything like that? I had a couple of customers that they were raw feeding cats. The majority of my customers were dogs and snake owners, but I did have a couple that did do cat raw food. And I'm just curious if anybody had that same experience of the drop in fecal matter, fecal volume. Whew. You never know what you're going to talk about here on the Lots Project Morning Show. Fecal volume. We're trying to figure out whether liquid poo goes in the liquid or the solid container, and pets fecal volume. Rewilder Life says our cats get both raw and kibble, so we can go away, not prey fed though. Take the Ride says taxoplasmosis. That word sounds very, very familiar, but it's escaping me what that means. You're using way big words, man. It's way early in the morning for that way big word. Taxoplasmosis. John Palmer said we did say this was a shit show. Right? Oh man. Anyway, so the shorts feed on the new channel didn't do jack shit today. Like literally, I don't think it popped a viewer. I'm guessing that's YouTube playing games. So I don't know if we need to play games back. Rewilder Life says, is that what Kamala's going to do? Shit show or taxoplasmosis? What is taxoplasmosis? Take the ride. If that's a short explanation. Sorry, I couldn't wait. For raw food. Oh, okay. It looks like something the cats can get from raw food diet because they didn't grow up in nature. Like they weren't evolved. The which came first, the cat food or the cat? I don't know. I don't even know. I gotta look into that shit more. Good morning, Corey. Have fun on your run. My wife going to get healthy, and I'm hanging out here with you folks. All right. I got time for a couple of quick hit news stories here. I got in my feed on my little tabs here. Couple days ago, it's been 2 days ago now. This happened yesterday. We all survived. It was supposed to be on the show yesterday morning. I had it tagged for yesterday because it was happening yesterday and the day before. But we had some major asteroids get here, like close to the Earth. Did you hear anything about it? I don't watch the mainstream news. I don't watch the evening news or the local or the national or the world news or anything like that. Did anybody hear about these large asteroids that were near misses, like literally close enough to be considered near misses? October 24th, October 27th, and October 28th. Ruala Life says, oh man, Meteor 2024, right? So these things got close. One was the size of a house that was coming in 2020 on the 28th. Another one was also coming that was the size of an airplane. These things aren't going to John Palmer says they still have legacy news. I don't know, do they? Does anybody sit down and watch the news on in the evening? Does anybody sit down and watch Welcome to the Evening News? Like Walter Cronkite style, Dan Rather, talking heads sitting there, the local news, like Velveeta, thanks, Velveeta. Is it still a thing? I know when I would go over to friends' places and they still had TV, there were sometimes I was over there in the morning and those morning news broadcasts that everybody copied Good Morning America for the longest time. Good Morning America was that show on for a couple hours in the morning where they talked about all this shit that housewives wanted to know. I don't know. Guess not housewives, husbands and housewives. They all spun shit off like that, like good morning Minneapolis, or sunny side up, or some stupid fucking name usually. And they had all the popular news anchors from the station, and they'd all sit around and they drink their coffee and they giggle about stupid shit, and do stupid dances and have people on that you're just like, normal people would look at it and go, wait, am I supposed to be entertained by that? And then they kind of chuckle and go along with it. I don't know. Does that shit still happen? Is The View still on? Like, I'm so out of touch with TV anymore. Is The View still on? Because that show was a shit show when I saw it many years ago. I don't know if the news, but if you watch the news, if you'd let me know, were they talking about asteroids coming close to the Earth? Because I don't have the most confidence in the fact that they can tell if it's actually going to hit us or not. Like, what's near miss? Oh, Take the Ride says it's a parasite that makes you a crazy cat hoarder. Yeah, okay. I had heard of that. So the cats get it and then they transfer it to the humans. Through their poo, I believe. The lady, the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons definitely had toxoplasmosis when she was like pulling cats out of her hair and throwing them at people and things. But I'm curious if they said anything about these asteroids. Are we gonna know when the Earth killer is gonna come and hit us? Like, are we gonna know ahead of time that there is a massive asteroid coming? As we saw Armageddon and we saw it play out, and I know that is a documentary for sure. Um, they didn't tell anybody till the last minute, less than the last minute. What do you think? Let's just say, hypothetically, there's an asteroid headed for Earth that's going to knock a hole in the center of the planet. Hunter says, "What? I can't close my phone and still listen. Such bull. I'm not paying for YouTube Premium. How about you try streaming on Nostr? Do you have an Android phone? Download the Amethyst app and then go listen on there." Sorry, I can't cater to your every whim, Hunter. I feel like your fucking wife. Honey, I can't listen to the show if I close my phone. All the guys are gonna pick on me because of my black screen. If we had an asteroid that's gonna punch a hole in the center of the Earth and we're all gonna be dead, would you want to know? John Palmer's locked out of Nostr again. I don't understand how you lock yourself out of Nostr. Like, you guys make my brain hurt sometimes. First, would you want to know? Would you want to know of the impending death, hopefully, or chaos and death coming later? Would you want to know key problems? How do you have key problems? Did you not copy it down correctly? Other Life says she doesn't want to know. I don't think I want to know. I think when you get to a point in your life that you try to live, when you realize you, like, I could fall over right now dead. Corey could come back from her run. I could be laying on the floor fucking dead. Like, that is not lost on me. So I try. I'm not saying I do make the most of every minute. John Palmer can't read his own writing. Jesus, do you have Bitcoin wallets that you can't read the keys? Man, I write like a serial killer, but I definitely make sure I can read it before I put it away. I try to make the most of the time I have. So I hope if in the flash before I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I hear a whistling and I go outside and there's just this fucking huge asteroid coming. I hope I'm like, man, I really wish I could have had more time, but I'm satisfied with what I got done. I hope that that's the case. If you did know, Mike's Homestead says take a screenshot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. I mean, you can. Might as well send it to me. Maybe if you have something running on graphene with no Google, no spyware, no keyloggers, no screen forwarders, no nothing, then possibly you could take a screenshot and never send it to anybody, and direct download it onto a offline only external hard drive and only access it from a completely offline device with no spyware. Maybe. Depending on what it's for. Take a fucking screenshot. Take their eyes as will be the last to know while the leak gets in the bunkers. Perfect. Mike's Homestead says you don't believe the cloud is secure. Yeah. Yep. Sure is. Sure is. Fucking. Wilder Life says the internet always has such good advice. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Especially Mike's Homestead. He's got the solid the advice not to follow today brought to you by Mike's Homestead. Take a screenshot of your private keys. Oh, speaking of security, guys, just a reminder that we hit 100 subscribers on the new morning show channel, and we'll give away a Blockstream Jade, which is actually a very secure device, and especially if you follow proper protocols with setting it up and storing your keys. You should be good. You should be good. There's all sorts of advanced security features on the Jade. There's a distress code. There's completely wipe it out if you enter your PIN in a few times wrong. Not lose your Bitcoin. You can always recover it if you safely store your keys away in a safe place that they cannot be found by anyone or anyone that would actually know what they are. But definitely secure. A great way to keep your Bitcoin now that Bitcoin is at 71,447 on its way to the moon. On its way to the moon. Don't take a screenshot of your keys. Please don't take a screenshot of your keys. Hey, Pip, you gonna go swimming in the Gulf soon? News story here. Deadly red tide set to Florida in the wake of the hurricanes. Did we know that? Mike's Homestead. Rachel has a syrup show. Okay. I didn't know. Check out Rhea Wilder Life's syrup show. I don't eat syrup. Sounds like the Florida fun is just getting started with the hurricanes and all that. Pip says, "Oh, that explains this rash." Residents of Florida's Gulf Coast are facing yet another threat following back-to-back hurricanes, deadly red tides. Water samples and satellite images have shown medium to high levels of Carenia brevis, the type of algae that caused red tides offshore of Tampa Bay. What did they find in Florida? So we're pretty sure they found lithium in the mountains of North Carolina and western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee. We know that they're poking around to find lithium in the brines in the Smackover region. Was it Smackover? Arkansas there. Um, we'll figure out what natural disaster is going to happen to get access to that. What do they got going on Florida? Do they just hate Florida? Hurricanes, red tides, alligators, just general flocking of northern people, which would like, yeah, that would suck. Uh, what is in Florida that they want everyone to leave so that they can harvest it? I don't think there is anything. Is there oil underneath Florida or something, Pip? Are they getting ready to drill down there? Pip says, "Yeah, the red tide is partially caused by the government manipulation of the water flows." Yeah, I was pretty sure I had read that at some point. Rewilder Life says they're ramping up their maple syrup next year. Tons of trees now. That's fantastic. That's Canadian Farm says the government wants the oranges. They want all the oranges because of vitamin C and scurvy. So they want the the government wants the oranges produced from Florida to store in the underground bunkers when the big asteroid comes, so that they can starve off scurvy because they won't have any vitamin C. Pip says, "Nah, no oil, plenty of land that the damn Yankees want to move down here and squat on." Wouldn't you want to leave New York if you could, Jim? Jim just wants to go back and forth. He wants to stay in that god awful state up there in New England. Oh, man, I watch this shit that goes on there. I watch my old friends that still live there and the shit they talk about. I'm like, man, it's gotten bad. Carpetbaggers, Canadian farms. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're a quarter after, and this is it's time to go. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got interviews today, recording interviews for the release of Director Detour. That should hopefully be coming out starting on Monday. Hopefully on Monday. If not, I'll have to delay it a week if everything doesn't come together in time. But we will get that out here either the first or second week of November is Target's first week of November. Backup if things go sideways between now and then. Never give a hard date, I guess. Director Detour going to be coming out. It's going to be 15 to 30-minute interview shows, basically a sneak peek at possible longer in-depth interviews, and I'll lay all that out as it comes together. Hopefully you have a fantastic day. Hopefully there are no asteroids that come and blow up the earth today. Hopefully we make it through and have a productive one, and we can circle back and do it again tomorrow. I enjoy hanging out with you guys in the morning. I hope you enjoy coming around. Like I said, 100 subscribers on the new YouTube channel, and we'll fire up a giveaway for a Blockstream Jade. I appreciate all the subscribes, the thumbs up, the shares. Share it with someone you know. Share it. Help make the channel grow, and we will be there. Hopefully you have a fantastic day. You get a bunch of shit done, and I will see you in the morning.